Hello everybody, it's Tim here again, here another review, this time for Echo, the last of the MCU shows that I have not seen yet. Well, I have seen it now, but this is a very interesting one. I looked up the reviews for this after, pretty much while I was watching it, and it is pretty mediocre reviews. I think it has like a 5.8 or 5.9 on IMDb, which is pretty low. Watching this series and making it to the end, which is only 5 episodes, because I was able to finish this easily, really fast. This is the shortest of the MCU shows that I've seen thus far, and I'll just say, this sucked. This was not good at all. As a matter of fact, for me, this is the worst MCU product I have seen. This is worse than Thor: Love and Thunder for me because it's less entertaining. The chick who plays Echo in this, who is also in the Hawkeye show, I honestly think she's good for the role. I think she's casted correctly. She is completely fine in this role. This character is just not friggin' interesting. And I know she's in the comics. Marvel has gotten to this point now, the MCU has, where it's so big now that they're just pumping out so much content that any character who has been in any comic, they just put them in any random show that they can, just so they can pump out a series about them. Any character, no matter who they are, even if they're not even interesting in the comics, the MCU just wants to pump them out into a show just to give them a show just because they were in the comics. Well, where the hell is my Howard the Duck show at this point? But yeah, overall, this sucked. From 1 to 4 for this series, I'd give it a half a star. This really did suck. You get some more background with the Echo character, this chick or whatever, who's like this little girl, and I guess this other chick's supposed to be her cousin or something, because she's like really close with. She really never developed a relationship at all. Okay, later on in the show, when she comes back to her hometown and she's like looking through the window at the girl or whatever, she's like feeling ashamed of herself, wants to come there and talk to her, but doesn't. It's like, it's really weird. It's more like they're playing them as like gay lovers or something, but I think they're supposed to be like cousins or whatever, so it doesn't really make much sense. Honestly, it probably would have been better if they did play him as lovers. But yeah. And you get Wilson Fisk in here, the character of the Kingpin. I've heard a lot of people like talk about how great Vincent D'Onofrio is in this role. And I'll be honest, I liked him in Hawkeye. Watching him here, he's good, but he's not like mind-blowing. I liked Michael Clark Duncan better in the Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck. But he's still good here. He's fine. His defeat at the end, where Echo like does some kind of magical mind trick to him, where she's like messing around in his head using his own pain or something from his childhood to defeat him. It's something weird like that or whatever. It's not really fully explained, but it was a pretty weak way to take him out. I like at the end though, the bonus scene after the credits where you get the idea he's gonna like run for mayor, setting up for the Daredevil show that the MCU is doing. Overall, the acting in the show is fine. All these actors, I think, are correctly casted. There's just nothing really to this character, and most of the development we get is pretty rushed. And I heard that this was originally supposed to be 8 episodes, and they condensed it down to 5. You can feel that. You can feel it watching this. We get the backstory with her and Kingpin, which really feels rushed. She's like hanging out in this place or whatever with her. I think it's supposed to be her dad. I believe it was her dad, and he gets killed, and of course you find out later that it was actually the Kingpin that had him killed, basically, which was so friggin' obvious. Kingpin was the one that did it, and she doesn't even question that or anything. It's just weird to me. I know you're supposed to get the idea that she's blinded by rage, but it's like, it's obvious that he did it. And then you get to the after her father is like killed her, and Kingpin just like randomly walks up there and he's like, "I'll take you in," and he just takes her in. He's like, "I know the meaning of wanting revenge," and then they just like, "We will be comrades now. I shall raise you, child." And that's pretty much just where it takes off, and it's just like, it feels so rushed. You get some flashbacks with him where he's like beating the shit out of some dude. I think it had something to do with ice cream or whatever, and he was like making fun of the girl as a child. Well done. I hated the magical power angle they threw in this, where all at once this character Echo, who was just like this street level character, all at once now they're writing in that she has superpowers. I don't know if this is from the comics or not, but this feels totally out of place here in what I thought was going to be like a street level crime show. Here they put like this whole magical superhero crap in here to try to make her more of a superhero, and it's like this lame healing type mind reading shit. It's just really lame. The action in it, when it is there, you get a scene where it's like to Rob Zombie's Dragula, where she's beating up a bunch of guys in like this roller derby place or whatever. I'd say the action in this is good for what we get. It's good. You get a Daredevil cameo in the first episode where he gets in the fight with Echo and kind of beats her and he just vanishes. It was cool seeing him here. The fight was good. It was kind of short though. And overall, I thought he was going to come back in the series and matter, but he's just here just to say Daredevil exists in this universe. So pretty pointless. Overall, this was a just a lame series. It's a half a star out of 4. This is the worst Marvel product I have seen yet. And it just goes to show that just not every comic book character needs a show. Not every comic book character who's like the second cousin, second uncle's Frank's superhero character from the comics does not all need a show. So yeah, overall, this sucked. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you again.